So it's that time again when a new Smash Bros. Game is going to be coming out, and with that means new fighters. I wanted to make a short video where I give my guess as to who's going to be joining the latest installment on the Switch. This isn't really a numbered list, so I'm just going to be giving my predictions based on Nintendo's actions since Smash 4's release, from the possible to the improbable, yet still realistic. Starting with returning fighters, I think that Ice Climbers are going to be brawling again for sure. The whole reason they were scrapped from 4 was due to the 3DS, and since this game is on the Switch exclusively, what better way to show that this is an improved version than bringing back this fan favorite? Obviously, there's other ways to show that this game is more technically advanced, but I think this would be a simple way to do it. Another scrapped fighter that I could see coming back is Wolf, since there was that Wii U Star Fox game that came out, I guess, and I'm not really sure why he was cut from 4. From the small time I played as him in Brawl, I thought that he was a nice change-up from Fox and Falco while still using that tried-and-true style of fighting. If the trailer we saw suggests that more fighters will have costumes like in Smash 4, then I think that it would be really cool to bring back Pichu, but as like an alternate costume for Pikachu. Don't change the way it controls or anything, but just do like an Olimar and Alf thing. New Nintendo characters are my favorite part of pre-Smash release speculation, and I'm going to start with the biggest and best addition that they could have. Ridley. Ridley is big, so is Bowser. Olimar is small, but look, now he's a Mario. I believe that out of any characters, Ridley is the one that deserves to be in Smash Bros. The most. He has the fan base, the history in Nintendo, Metroid is a living series again, and he's the next villain in line. What do I mean by that? Look at the original roster. Mario now has Bowser, Link has Ganon, Kirby has DDD, Fox had Wolf, and Pikachu has Mewtwo, who at least counts as like a final boss. The original roster characters that don't have a bad guy with them are Donkey Kong, Ness, Captain Falcon, and Samus. You could argue that Yoshi doesn't have one, but who are you gonna add? Kamek? That's not awful, but Bowser and Bowser Jr. are still relevant enough. The Donkey Kong series should have another rep, and King K. Rool would be a great addition. I don't think that Nintendo will take the plunge and add him in, but it would make sense if they did. As for Ness, the villain spot would probably go to a Starman. Gygus wouldn't really work too much since he doesn't really exist in this universe, I think. I don't think Starman would happen, but as a huge Earthbound fan, I'm certainly wishing for it. I really don't know much about F-Zero, but I think that Black Shadow is the villain. He's weird, but he could fit that villain spot, I guess. And of course, for Metroid, add Ridley. People have shown it can work, it can work. The Nintendo characters that I'm expecting to be in are Paper Mario, Captain Toad, some grass starter like Decidueye probably, Waddle Dee, and Springman from ARMS. Now, my first thought when I saw Springman was that Nintendo made character designs that could function as Smash Bros. Fighters and then designed games around those characters, ARMS being the one that they went with. That's of course just my own theory, but I'm willing to bet on Springman being in Switch Smash anyways. A character that I think would really fit in well but has a low chance of entering is Tom Nook. Animal Crossing is now one of Nintendo's star franchises, and they're not shy about using it. My want for him would be like a heavier version of the Villager, but with moves where Tom uses item leaves as like a variety of weapons. Like for his side B, he throws a leaf that turns into either a chair, a table, or a piano. His final smash could be what the Villager has now, and then the Villager gets a new one. Maybe something to do with being the mayor. Like it's called Damage Ordinance, and you just wreck house with golden items. Now for the third-party fighters. Nintendo certainly shocked the world with their final roster for Smash 4. If you showed this to a 10-year-old version of yourself, it wouldn't be believable. For heck's sake, you can play as Mario, Cloud, Sonic, Ryu, Mega Man, Pac-Man, and the Duck Hunt dog all in the same game. So I'm only expecting the unexpected with Smash 5. The Switch is getting some pretty interesting third-party content compared to their last two consoles, and I think it'll have a very interesting effect on Smash. With the Crash Bandicoot remaster on the Switch, I think that Crash has a very possible spot in Smash 5. If you think that's not possible, look at Sonic. They were just as big of rivals, and Sonic eventually got a spot. Similarly, Spyro the Dragon has been the star of Skylanders, which has had a huge success on Nintendo systems. So much so that Bowser and Donkey Kong had their own appearances. The Spyro remaster isn't confirmed for the Switch at this time, but I'm guessing that it'll be an announcement at E3. Maybe they'll show the trailer for the remaster version and then immediately follow up with a Smash trailer that has Crash and Spyro show up. Another character that I think has a real possibility is Steve from Minecraft. Nintendo and Microsoft have been a lot more buddy-buddy lately, and I think that's because they both know how much money Minecraft brings in. The cross-console play, the 3DS port, and look at all the Mario content that they have on the Nintendo versions. Mark my words, you heard it here first, Steve is going to be in. He would have a decent moveset, and he's certainly more recognizable than other third-party characters we got. Bayonetta. If Nintendo and Ubisoft's relationship is better than it was during the Wii U, which I'm pretty certain it is, then I think that some Rayman or Rabbids character has a sure spot. I mean, they made a Mario Rabbids crossover. I feel like that it almost confirms them a spot at this point. I think Shovel Knight could make his way in. I'm indifferent on wanting that, but his game has multiple amiibos, so don't be too surprised if he gets confirmed. Looking at other big third-party games on the Switch, I think that maybe a character from Monster Hunter, the Doom Guy, the Dragonborn, and a Dark Souls rep all have a small but not impossible chance. If they aren't playable, then my money's on a trophy appearance at least. So that's my pre-release guesses for Smash Bros. On the Switch. I don't think that all of these will get announced at E3, but I think they're contenders for playable spots. I know some of these seem out there, but remember, Cloud from Final Fantasy and Sonic the Hedgehog can fight each other in a Nintendo game. The future is wild,